What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Raphaelsinsights. Welcome. I welcome you into the world of the esoteric, the divine, the beautiful. Welcome. If you're new to this beautiful channel, welcome to this beautiful channel. And if you're not new, well, welcome back. I just want to say, you guys, thank you guys so much for everybody who follows me. Thank you so much for everybody who believes in me. Thank you so much for everybody who purchases my items and tunes into everything that I have to say and respects everything that I have to say. I always appreciate it. Now, today's video is going to be a little bit interesting because it's not predictions about the future, which I could have given a prediction about this whole situation, but I chose not to. I felt like there was no need for me to get involved. I didn't feel like I had anything to add to everything that people were saying. This whole situation went viral, and you've guessed it. I am going to talk about Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. The situation that just recently happened, and I do send my condolences to the family. She is resting. She's free from this abuser, this prison that she was living, and she is in a better place. But I chose not to get involved. I chose not to predict because I just didn't feel like I had anything to add. But now I do. I feel like I have the answers that people are seeking, and I'm here to give you guys those answers. So let's go straight to the video. Since the minute that I saw Gabby Petito, right away, I saw it. She had passed away. And I didn't feel like you guys, there's so much going on the internet. It blew up and people were like pressuring people to call the CIA, the FBI. And there was just a lot of pressure to be involved in this whole situation. And I felt overwhelmed. To tell you the truth, I am an empath and I feel everybody's emotions. And right now, that's why you guys didn't see me on social media as much this past week, because this whole situation was weighing very heavy on me, because I could feel everybody's emotion, worry. Especially every time I hopped on TikTok, it felt very negative and very suffocating to me, because I felt everybody's worried for Gabby Petito. And I knew that they were gonna find her. I knew that they were gonna find their body. It was funny because actually, was it 2 days ago, they had told me that they were gonna find the body either the day after or the following day, and sure enough, they found the body. And I knew they were gonna find the body, so I was like, I don't have anything to add to this. I'm gonna stay behind the lines, and they didn't want me to get involved. But if I would have said something, I was just gonna predict that they were gonna find the body, and that she was already passed away, and unfortunately that the boyfriend did it. So I didn't have anything to add, but now I do. I have some things to say about the whole situation. The Lover's card. The relationship between Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. The truth. Now, we all know that they were engaged. We all know that they were engaged, that he was going to be the fiance, and then they broke off the engagement. But why? Some secrets came to light. I'm not going to say who was doing something, but someone was doing something behind the other person's back, and that's actually what broke off the engagement. And it's sad, because when I look at the whole situation of why did they go on this trip and all that, whether the trip was already planned, the idea of this trip was, let's fix the relationship, it's going to be good for us. And I'll tell you who was thinking that. It was actually Gabby, because Gabby, when I looked at the true emotions, Gabby had this like blind love for him. This man could do no harm. Her abuser could do no harm to her, no matter how abusive he was, mentally, physical, or emotional abuse. It was like he was perfect to her. That was her true love, and she loved him. She wanted to be with him. And again, no matter how abusive he was to her physically, he could do no harm. And the sad thing is that she was viewing this trip as like, we're gonna be better, we're gonna be together, some alone time would be good for us. And it's sad because when I look at his emotions for her, it's such narcissistic emotions. And he's actually ruled by this card here. Whenever a card represents someone in a relationship, it talks about them being physically, mental, emotional, abusive, and also a narcissist. And that's exactly what he is. He's a narcissist. So when I look at his emotions, it literally says, and they literally say, he's only happy with her as long as she listens. That was literally the statement that they told me. And I was just kind of like, what? Really? That's not a relationship. That's a lot. That's very manipulative. And it's crazy because he felt like he couldn't leave her. He felt like he didn't want to be with her, but he couldn't leave her, which I don't understand why he couldn't leave her. I think it's just his mental health problems that he had going on. And he was an abuser. He had beat her multiple times. the first thing that I saw when I looked into everything is that he had choked her already before, that he choked her a couple of times before, that he's hit her before. And I mean, we've all seen what happened in that call that they got called while they were driving, and the police showed up and all that. We saw the body cam, right? And then the actual phone call got released, and you hear the person telling them like, oh, this person's beating the woman, and the cops show up and all that. So I don't know if you guys have seen that, but basically that's what happened. And if someone's done it in public like that, they've done it multiple times, and they've done it multiple times in their home, in privacy, and all that stuff. But he was definitely very abusive to her. It was not the first time he had hit her before. He's hit her, he's strangled her, he's choked her. And it's sad because she viewed him as her one true love, and he viewed her as, I love you as long as you listen to me. Gabby Petito was someone who was very happy, very joyful. She was very, I know you guys have you ever seen a narcissist be in a relationship with someone, how they completely make them feel so small? They never let them do anything. They're always in the wrong. They're always angry at them whenever they mess up. It's like, let's give you an example. Let's say they want to do something for themselves. Let's say get a job, and the narcissist will not let them get a job. It's not even machista. It's a lot different than machista. If you ever see it for yourself, it's a crazy thing to see. And that's exactly what would happen with Gabby Petito. He manipulated her entire life. It's like she had all these dreams and hopes, and she was very excited. And even though she was doing all this YouTube stuff and all this stuff, and she put like this smile, and she tried to like be this happy person, deep down inside she was very sad and depressed, and she was very scared and fearful of him. But she started off being a very, very happy person, and when she got with him, he like drained her happiness. It was like the devil was feeding off of somebody's soul. Look at this card. This card here tells me that this is Gabby Petito, and this is him. He was very angry, whenever he would get angry, she would always try to calm him down, and she would always be the one that would end up hurt, because she was very emotional. She was very happy. She was very in touch with her emotions, and he was very abusive to those emotions. Again, remember what they said. They had already said that the only time he was happy is when she listened to everything that he said. She had to do everything that he said. Even this YouTube channel that she had, he was letting her do it by his terms. So what happened when he took her life? I don't see that he took her life by a plan that he was scheming. I don't ever see him scheming to take her life. What I do see is that he, in the middle of the trip, he started being fed up with her, and started being fed up with the emotion. It wasn't even her, it was just her emotion, her crying. It's like she started feeling like a weight over his shoulders. He started feeling like why does he need to listen to her cry? Why does he need to listen to her emotions? And one day, sadly, they were arguing, and he got so angry when you hold like your anger in for such a long time, and then all of a sudden it just explodes. And that's what happened. He exploded, and he started beating her, but he beat her a little bit different, because I even see that he pushes her, and what I see is like, I see like a cliff, I see like a ledge, I see something where like he pushed her, she falls, she hits her head, because I see something around her head being like smashed or hit, and that was the first thing. Another first thing that I saw is that I saw something on her head. It's like right away I felt like a bump in my head, and he, like, after he hits her, he ends up pushing her, and she ends up falling. She ends up getting hurt. He kills her, he murders her, and he freaks out. What am I gonna do? What do I do now? But the reason he murdered her was not really a plan that he had. It was just he went blind out of anger and rage and narcissism, and did the unthinkable. In that moment that he did what he did, he sat there and he thought about, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And he calls his parents, and he talks to his parents, and he tells them what happened. And his parents tell him what to do. It's not a coincidence that he shows up to his house and they already have lawyers. The parents already knew what he did. They were already thinking, okay, it was an accident. It was, you didn't do it on purpose. it was an accident, it was anger, and it was out of your anger management, because that's one thing that I do see as well, is that he had some sort of an anger issue. Aside from being abusive, he had some sort of an anger issue, and he would take it out on poor pobrecita, you know, Gabby Petito. And when he tells this to his parents are like, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get you lawyers, make sure you come back, do this and that, and we'll try to get it all settled and figure it out. So the parents did know. The parents know exactly and knew exactly what happened to Gabby Petito. They knew that the son took her life, which is why when he shows up to the house, they have lawyers. But where did the story end? The story ends with Brian definitely getting arrested. They're gonna find him. He might be hiding. He might be on the run, and the parents are helping him or helped him. But they're gonna find him. And I do see the parents in trouble as well. I do see the parents, and I see actually 3 people in trouble, the parents and Brian. But they're gonna find Brian. She's gonna have justice. Justice is gonna be served, especially because I see Archangel Gabriel illuminating, and also the Hermit. Remember, it's the month of the Hermit, which is also the reason why I knew they were gonna find her. The Hermit is very present, and the Hermit gives light to situations that seem like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. And they're gonna find Brian Laundrie, and they're gonna charge him, and they're also gonna find the parents, find what the parents know and knew, and they're gonna be in trouble as well. But unfortunately, there really isn't much up to the story. It was a abusive relationship. It was someone who was very unstable emotionally, had anger issues, was very narcissistic, and sadly, she was so in love with this man that she even pictured herself having kids with this person. That's a sad thing, is that her image with him was that to create a family, have kids, spend the rest of her life with him, even though he was so abusive. And we all know that we've been, or you've been, in situations like that. And that's why you need to be careful with narcissists. They can end up doing this. They can end up snapping and doing what happened in this situation. But it's so sad that I see Gabby Petito wanting to have a family with this dude, and this dude betrays her. But there's not really much to the story. It's like it ends with him going to prison. He wants to suicide, but I don't see him suiciding, because es un cobarde. It's like he doesn't have the to do it. I don't see him suiciding. I do see him getting arrested. I do see the parents being in trouble for helping him. And I mean, it's a sad story. There was really no motive for him to kill her, other than secrets that he was trying to keep and stuff like that. But other than that, it was just, he snapped and he killed her. You could say, I want to say on accident, but it's not an accident. He murdered her. He killed her out of his own rage. But you guys, be careful in these type of relationships. Again, you guys, I send the condolences to the family. I pray for Gabby's spirit, and I hope you guys understand why I chose not to involve myself, why there was all this like social media craze over this whole situation. But definitely, I do see justice being served. So thank you guys so much for everything. I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and follow me on all my social medias. Bye-bye.